It is not about the size of your bed mat. It's not about the size of your cucumber. No, that is not what actually makes you a man. Being a man, being a father, being a husband is much more than your bedmatics skills. Hi everyone, welcome back again to my channel. My name is Wemimo and I'm also known as Thatmumof5 and also known as TMO5 Kanduko. If you're new to my channel, welcome, and if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for always coming back. And should I say, or is it too early to start saying compliments of the season, because Christmas is just around the corner? And yes, in case you've not heard, we have a giveaway coming on my channel on the 15th of December. So we have 350,000 naira giveaway going on. A mobile phone is going to be won, and a Galaxy Samsung tablet is also going to be won. So if you head over to my channel, there's a video detailing the instructions you have to follow it amicably, and then you will be entered into the giveaway. To the reason why I am making this video, so I must say to you guys, I have watched hundreds of videos on this street of YouTube on why African Nigerian marriages are breaking in the diaspora. So I am in the UK, so I'm going to be referring to UK as compared to diaspora. So I've watched a couple of videos where it says that, oh, men should not bring their wife abroad, like wives should not bring their husbands abroad, and wives are calling their husbands, or they are calling the police on their husbands, or wives are intentionally calling the police on their husband because they want to, get properties and stuff like that. So you can call me a feminist. As per this topic that I'm going to talk about, I'll gladly take that name, okay? So, like I said, there's been so many videos that I've seen and so many talks, podcasts that I've listened to as to why Nigerian marriages are crashing in the UK. And I'm here to tell you what I know. Hence why I said if you're going to call me a feminist, I will take it with my full chest. So let's dive into the reasons why I believe that Nigerian marriages are failing in the UK. So, reason number one, we all know, I have to be honest with you, that here in the UK, the rights of women are protected, extremely protected 100%. The rights of women, vulnerable children. In this regard of this title, women's rights are protected in the UK. So if you are planning on bringing your wife with you to the abroad, I need you to understand that fact. It's a very, very hard knock fact. Women's rights are protected here in the UK and there's nothing you can do about it. So let's go to the case of things or marriages in Nigeria. We all know that the way abuse and DV is in Nigeria, most people will turn their eyes away from it. But if that happens here in the UK and the woman is able to show a proof or several proofs or reasons or situation as to why she felt she's not safe being with such man again, trust me, even you are the one who is mortgaging that house and there's armed evidence to see that you are the bad one, the police will ask you to leave that house for the woman. So now, apart from the fact that women's rights are being protected in the UK, if you are a bad man or if you were bad towards your wife in Nigeria, you are one of those men who have touched their women to, who have turned their women to a punching bag. Any little thing, gbasgbos. Any little thing, bow. Any little thing, gbasgbos. No matter how the woman tries to please you, no matter what she does to please you, even back home in Nigeria, still she's not even able, she doesn't mean anything to you. If you are such man and you decide to now make a mistake, yes, I said mistake, you now made a mistake of coming to the UK with your wife, trust me, that woman will show you shege. She will show you so much shege that you will beg her, and no gods on this earth will make her change her mind as to what she will do to you. Hence why I said women's rights are protected. So such woman now, you've brought her to the UK and she's, she became aware of the fact that, this thing that this man has been doing to me in Nigeria, if he does it or you made a mistake of doing it again to her here in the UK, that woman will gather enough evidence that once she called the police once, they will have no reason to not believe her. So if you are such man who's turned his wife to a punching bag and you come into the UK and you keep turning her to punching bag, you become Mike Tyson, right? Yeah. this is one of the reasons why marriages are failing in the UK, because if a woman who felt like, who believes that her rights could be protected and who is tired of being turned into a punching bag, would definitely find a way of living such marriage, because back home in Nigeria she would have probably been thinking, what will people say if I leave? What will happen to my children if I leave? But here in the UK, she knows she's perfect. She knows she's going to be protected. She has a job, she has an accommodation, and she's got the services that are going to support her. She will definitely find a way out. So reason number two is this. So often we've heard of cases of couple who came on maybe carer visa, or couple who came on to maybe study and all of this stuff. So I was watching a video where it says that the effect of visa renewal could be the cause of marriages happening in Nigeria, marriages, you know, breaking in the UK. And I don't seem to agree with that, because if both of you planned or decided to leave Nigeria, you will have come to a conclusion of who's going to be the student, who's going to be studying and working less hours or not work at all, and who's going to be the dependent, who happens to be the person who's going to be working full time and will probably be the major income earner in the household. So I don't believe that's part of the reason why marriages are breaking in the UK, because there should be an armed, decision between both of you. And if both of you do not agree, maybe at some point the husband or whoever is a student finish studying, or even while studying you're not making use of the 20 hours working hour that you can actually use to bring in income, there might be slight issues there. But I don't believe visa renewal is enough reason for a marriage to break in the UK. I don't believe that's any reason, so I'm not going to count that as any of the reasons why I believe, in my own opinion, that marriages are breaking in the UK. So number two reason why I felt Nigerian marriages are breaking in the UK is this. So men are of the opinion that a woman's place is in the kitchen, and in my own opinion, I don't agree with that. I disagree 100%. So it's the woman that will get pregnant and go into the labor room and push out the baby. It's the woman that will go shopping for food. It's the woman that will come back and cook. It's the woman that will sort all of those things. And if in a case of a woman who's also working and the man is practically leaving all of that for the wife to do, trust me, there's going to be issues. There will be issues, because this woman is pouring in to make our, to keep our home solid, and the man on the other hand is just either wanting to go out with friends, or wanting to watch football, or just sleeping at any time, and then he goes into the kitchen to eat, drop the dishes there, and not helping the woman in any way. And this woman is exhausted, and the man can see that this woman is exhausted and you're not helping. Trust me, that marriage will have issues, because the woman is not a horse, she's not a cow. So if you're not the type of man who help, because you believe that a woman's place is in the kitchen, the woman is meant to do all of the chores, it's not right. It's not right. So this could be one. This could actually cause a kind of issues in the marriage, whereby you will say, the woman will say, if you're not going to help, maybe I'm better being on my own. Yes, this is part of the thing. Like you see men will say, oh, I don't know how to change diapers, I don't know how to change nappies. But some of these people, they do all these care jobs. They change diapers for residents. They do all of this thing. So why don't you learn from the job you're doing? Or why don't you, if you really genuinely want to help your wife, why don't you, babe, show me how to change this nappy? How do I do it? Which one do I do first? No, you can learn. But if a man is not interested, after all, both of you copulated to give birth to these children, and you are leaving the responsibility for the woman alone to do, trust me, there will be issues. And yes, this is one of the reasons why marriage in the UK could and will fail. So reason number three is this: in a situation whereby the man is not providing for the family, the man is not working. There have been cases, there have been stories I've heard of men who don't work. In fact, some work, but they don't spend their money on their own family that they've made. Instead, they are more about sending money to friends, long lost friends. They suddenly figured out they know where they are. They will send money to people without without their wife knowing about it. And then the wife will be the one working, spending all of our money in the household. We want to do this, the wife will do it. They want to do it, the wife will do it. But we're not seeing the income of the husband. Trust me, voila will happen. There will be severe issues, because if the woman is working and she's spending all of her income, she's doing it to make sure the household is fine, to shop for food, to clothe, to make sure things are put in place. And you, the man, you are working, maybe the minimal job you are doing, and we are not seeing the money, or you are not working at all. I beg, of what use is a man who actually has a family of his own and is not providing? Of what use? Of what use is a man? It's not about bola. It is not about the size of your bed mat. It's not about the size of your cucumber. No, that is not what actually makes you a man. Being a man, being a father, being a husband is much more than your bedmatics skills. It's more about how you will protect your family, how you provide, make sure that your family do not lack. If you are leaving all of that for your wife, trust me, you will lose the respect from your wife. She will just look at you like a boy, that okay, of what use are you to me, because these kids are here, I'm the one doing this, you're not doing anything, or you're working and I'm not seeing your money, and then you come and be telling me you don't have money, and I'm wondering like but you're working now, what's happening to your salary? So this is maybe one of the major reasons why marriage in the UK will fail, because it's if one person is pouring in all the time and the other person is not pouring in, there's going to be issues. And I've always said this on my channel that there's no man who goes into a marriage with the hope that in 3 years' time they will leave the woman. And I don't think there's any of you who is a woman watching me here that said, oh, after 5 years, maybe after I've got 2 children, after 5 years, I'm going to work out of my marriage. I don't think anybody has such mentality. I don't think anybody ever thought of that. But in the long run, when you're both in the diaspora, you're both in the UK, and in this recent in this recent economic financial issues, with this living cost crisis, one person is now working, especially if you have a large family and it's only one income. Like, how are you coping with one income in such families? How? And you tell me there will not be issues? Trust me, there will be issues. Okay, there will be issues. So instead of that man to now sit up and start providing for the family, that is when the man will now start looking for excuses or reasons to believe that the woman is behaving. This is the reason why you are behaving. So you are talking to another man is talking to you, or you are seeing another man, that is why you are behaving to be. No, man, that is not what is happening. You need to man up, tie your belt very well, because the Bible says a man who is not providing for his family is worse than an infidel. And are you an infidel? Are you an infidel? Well, you can answer that comment in the comment section. So let's move on. One of the other reasons why I felt is the major reason here in the UK why Nigerian marriages are failing is finances. Yes, finances. So in a situation whereby the money is not enough, or just like I said previously, like one person is working and the other person is not working, and the finances is not stable, there will be issues. In fact, the major cocoa is money, or cases whereby the woman is the one who has an higher earning income and the man has maybe minimum income. There's going to be issues, because I would imagine that the success of a woman should be the happiness of that man. But in some cases I've seen, and that we've all seen on social media as well, it's always been like a men telling the woman that, oh, that job, you need to leave that job once we get married, or you need to leave that job once we get to the abroad, or you need to not do that job. Like, why? If one of you has a higher threshold income, why would you want her to drop that issue, because that job, because you felt your ego is going to get robbed for the fact that your woman is earning more than you? So these are major reasons that would actually make African marriages, clash in the UK. Trust me, I was watching to a video and somebody said, oh, the UK system does not encourage a standard family. Like, that is a big fat lie. That is a big fat lie. The UK actually encourages a nuclear family, if that's how it's called, where there's the mother, there's the father, and the children together. The UK supports that a lot. If there are issues just like I said in the beginning of this video, that if there are issues where maybe there's vulnerability or a case of DV or a case of abuse, and by the way, abuse comes in a variety of ways. I'm going to list them here in case you think it's just one kind of abuse. No, abuse comes in all different forms. So in a situation whereby the services available realizes that there's a sort of maybe vulnerability in that family, it could be even the man that is vulnerable, it could be the woman, it could be any of the children. So if such is being noticed, and you will wonder how is such being noticed, it could just be that one of your kids will go to school one day, he or she might say something, and then the authorities will step in. So the UK actually encourages a standard family of a mother and a father and the children. But when there are issues that are arising, the authorities will step in and protect whoever is vulnerable in that relationship. Like I said, it could be either the man, the woman, or the children. But in most cases, like I said, the UK actually encourages that, let the family be a one unit rather than they being separated. Okay, so it's sad when we hear of marriages breaking in the UK. But then, how do you actually solve all these issues? How? Because if I have to start speaking from my own experiences, we will talk from now till next year. We will not come up for a year. But the truth of the matter is that, in my own opinion, I felt like, being a traditional woman, I felt and I believe that the man should be the provider for his family. I know some women will stay, some women will keep supporting, just like, all the way we are being trained by our parents that, oh, if your husband or your man is not, maybe it's not, is has shortcomings of financial means, as a woman, you're supposed to help. Yes, Just like in the Bible, God gave Eve to Adam. God did not carry all of Adam's responsibility and give it to Eve. So, yes, it is all right. I agree with that woman helping for the short term, for a month, 2 months, maximum 6 months. See if that 6 months is turned into a year, 2 years, more than that, then that is you finally, as a woman, carrying the responsibility that your husband should be carrying. So, like I said, in my own opinion, being a traditional woman, I expect my man to provide all the needs of me and the children. And if he's shortcoming in all of that, there will be issues. And when that issue does not get resolved, that's the door. Yes, that's the door. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think, or what are the other contributing factors that you think is actually leading to the destruction or the dissolution of marriages, of African or Nigerian marriages here in the UK, because there are so many reasons, but these ones that I've discussed are the ones that actually point out to me glaringly to that no, these are the ones that I felt like no, these are the major ones that's actually causing marriages to crash in the UK. Guys, if you've watched the video till now and maybe you don't agree with some of the points that I raised in this video, let me know in the comment section. And if you actually agree with some of these points, let me also know in the comment section, because we are all learning, we don't know it all, right? So if you've watched it now and you've not yet subscribed to my channel, what are you waiting for? So don't forget to like, drop a comment in the comment section, subscribe if you've not yet done so, turn on the post notification, share this video, and I hope to catch up with you in my next one. All right, bye for now. Bye.
As that day comes, as I go on, God, watch over me, oh Lord. I cannot trust my